Welcome to Let's Get Digital. We're specifically going to talk about Immersive Reader today. In case you don't know who I am Lakeisha Pound-Smith. I'm your Instructional Technology Coordinator, which means that I can help you with technical tools in your classroom and in your office. So these slides are available to you. I posted the link for you in the chat, and then they are in the invite as well. And then I will send them out again in the email as well. So all of these slides will be available to you. Right. So once you click on the slides, it's going to look something like this. And then it will have a table of contents that will actually kind of walk you through everything. So we're going to talk about today, what is Immersive Reader, how to access it, how to use it, and then what are some of the tools and settings. So instead of going through these slides, I'm going to provide them for you, and I'm just going to model for you and show you what Immersive Reader can actually do. All right. So in case you don't know what Immersive Reader is, it is a full screen reading experience, and it increases the readability of online content, right? It also has some translation tools and other things that can help students with disabilities and things like that. Okay. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how you find Immersive Reader. Okay. So we don't use Microsoft. We are a Google district, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to have Immersive Reader through our Google tools. Okay, so we are going to use the Google Chrome extension for Immersive Reader. Now this should already be on your computers, but if it is not, you can submit a ticket, and then a tech will be able to install it for you. Also, some of these extensions you should be able to install yourself, so that's also an option as well. So I'll show you how you would install the extension yourself. You'll come right here, you'll Google Immersive Reader extension, you'll click right here, and then this screen will pop up. Okay, mine now says remove from Chrome because I already have Immersive Reader. Once you have Immersive Reader installed, you'll come over here to this puzzle button, and now you'll see it says use Immersive Reader on websites, and I'm going to pin it so that now I can see it. Okay, so now what I've done is I've found a piece of text online, and I've looked up the Constitution of the United States for our example. Okay, so literally it could be any website. The only caveat or kind of stopping point for this tool would be that it won't read Google Slides or Google Docs because they're already embedded in its own kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. But what I've done is I've just looked up a random piece of text. I could have looked up anything. Okay. And to use this tool, what you'll do is you'll highlight it, you'll right click, and then you'll go down to help me read this. And you'll notice that's where the Immersive Reader icon is. Okay. Once you click on help me read this, a full screen reader will pop up, and it will look just like this. Okay. Once the full screen reader pops up, what you can do is you can actually click play from here, and it will begin to read everything, or there are some different options that you can go through as well. Right, so we have some reading preferences that we can utilize. From here, I can actually focus in on single lines for reading, a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And then I can turn that line focus off as well. I would always recommend that you leave on the picture dictionary, because what it does is a student or anyone can hover over a word. Let's say I want to know what secure means, and I'm going to left click on it. And when I click on secure, it will actually show me the word. And then it gives me an image, a picture image of what the word would relate to. The next thing that you can do, and this is why most people really want to use this tool, is the translation part. So down here, you'll see that it says choose language. And I am going to choose, I'm going to skip down to, let's go all the way down to Spanish. Here we go. And then you'll see that they even have the different forms of Spanish as well. I'm going to do Mexico. And then instead of just changing one word, you're going to want to turn on by document. And once you turn on by document, it's going to work to translate the entire document or whatever you have highlighted. So now you can see that it has translated the text.
Nosotros, el pueblo de los Estados Unidos, para formar una unión más perfecta, establecer la justicia, asegurar la tranquilidad doméstica, proveer para la defensa.
All right, and it can now read in that different language. Will the picture dictionary also translate? Great question. There it goes. So yes, the picture dictionary follows it. Great question. All right, other things that you can do. I'm going to go ahead and go back to English. There's even different Englishes. You can come over here to grammar options. Let's say you're specifically focusing on nouns. You can highlight those nouns. You can highlight the verbs. You can highlight adjectives. And then you can show the little labels for them as well if you're working on parts of speech. So that's something you can do. You can also separate it into syllables. So if you're working with students on like pronunciation and things like that, you can break up those syllables for them so that they know like order is 2 different syllables. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these things off. Other things that you can do, there's also some text preferences. Let's say this is a little too big. You can go ahead and shrink it, or you can make it super large for those who may be visually impaired. Okay. You can also increase the spacing between the lines and the words. Let's see. You can toggle that on or off. You can change the font, and then you can even change the background color. I'm going to go ahead and go back to white. Another option that you have is down here, you can change the voice settings. So if you want it to actually read faster, you can turn that up faster. You can change it to a male voice. And
secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United.
Yeah, so that's probably a little too fast, but y'all get the point. Yes, it's going to start rapping if you go too fast, right? So usually about 1 is the best pace, right? Right next to turtle speed. Okay, so I have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. And guess what, y'all? That's all of Immersive Reader. That's exactly what it does. Super simple, allows our kiddos to translate, to have that reading support, and whatever other supports they need. They're just all kind of built in here. I will take questions at this time. So if you need to ask a question, please ask away. You can unmute yourself and ask, or you can leave it in the chat. Drop it in the chat.
I have a question. This is Mr. Portilla. Will the students have this downloaded on their Chromebooks?
They already do, yes.
Okay. All right.
Great question. Yeah. Yes, these are on the students' laptops already.
And this
so
is
they don't have to do anything other than go through the steps of clicking help me read this.
Yes, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
The Chromebooks that I have are for my dyslexia students. So do I just need to make sure that they have their QR codes to get in so they can do this?
You mean QR codes as far as like their Clever badges?
Yes, because the computers that I have are different from the computers that they may have for their school.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I always keep copies of them. I just want to make sure I have them handy.
Yes, as long as they log in and they go to a website, they should be able to highlight, click, help me read this, and it should show up.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And another quick question. Do these come with maybe some sort of evaluation at the end of the story so they can...
No, it doesn't.
Straight out reading?
No, it's straight out a reading tool. Yes.
Okay.
Great. If you think of anything else, you can stay on and ask me a question. Everyone else, thank you so much for joining me today for our 10-minute PD.